Chalky. Afternoon, buddy. Yeah, we're alright, yeah, apart from this cough. We're alright. Quick free flight here over in Italy. I'm going to have a look at some Korea stuff. I hope we get all the Orbit packs on the 8th. Or access to them. Yeah, world updates, marketplace as well is empty at the moment, apart from the stuff we own already. The marketplace there's nothing in to buy. So once all that stuff gets thrown in the game, if the game holds up, if there isn't any major issues as such, then I think, I mean, let's talk hypothetically if it had got all that stuff now and it was running as well as it's been running for me, I think there'd be no doubt in my mind that you would double dip on this with the current state it's in, because even though everything's been streamed in, it's running absolutely sound for me. I think I've got the world updates in now, and they're being streamed rather than installed, you know. I'll show you on the main menu in a second, when I finish this short flight, if I can manage to land. Was that just on my headset then, that distortion, or was that on stream? I'm not sure if that was my headset. Actually, it was on the game, not just my headset. Now let's do a flyover of this, so that I can align myself up with it a bit better. So we'll approach it from this angle. Yeah, I'll show you the menus in a minute. Once I get this plane down, if I get this plane down. Been struggling with my landings, to be fair. Get ready for a clean. Where's on to me go? It's a bit weird, isn't it? It just wants me to park on the grass, I think. Yeah, the batteries are already off. So I don't know what I need to really switch off there. And we'll just end flight as is. Right, so main menu here, right? So most of this stuff on this left hand side is probably the same as what you've got. But if I go to the marketplace, for example, and then you've got the marketplace, and then you've got to my library at the top, and then underneath that you've got full catalogue, aircraft, airports, and world. Now, if I go to, well, obviously this is the full catalogue. Now, if I go to the World Update 20, that says Japan there, and I click on that, you'll see that it says I own it. Owned. Yeah? Release date says the 3rd of the 12th. But if I go to my library, you've got all, you've got streamed, you've got rented and trial. Now, under all, here, you've got your filters that you can obviously filter out of, but everything that I own is essentially listed here. So we've got air traffic, aircraft, base content, challenges, which says streamed next to it, city update, Germany. But if I click on this arrow here, again, gives you more detail in theory, but brings down like a sub menu, a drop down menu, but it says again, streamed. And then the same with France. So you've got two items under France. City update France. Both again say streamed. So this is all my content. And from the looks of it, it's all being streamed, and there's no kind of like option or 3 dots or anything here where you can click on, I want to install them natively. So you go on streamed. There. Essentially, I think the whole game that I've got is being streamed. Hence why it's only a 7.7 gig install. Standard to Deluxe upgrade. I've obviously got that. And then I've got the Premium Deluxe. I didn't go for the Aviator pack, but again, if I click on that, that's all the stuff that I got in the Standard to Deluxe upgrade. So all the aircrafts, and it says they've been streamed as well, so even the aircraft are being streamed, so I don't know what's installed as part of the 7 gig, other than probably the menus. Is it literally just the menus that are installed? And even my aircraft has been streamed in. Because the whole idea and the whole issue with that you lot had on the Xbox, or that Xbox had when this launched last year, was they forced this on you, didn't they? They forced this streaming malarkey on you, and it was a detriment to how well the game ran. Was it not? And that's what you lot were crying out for, saying that I want it installed on my hard drive so that I know it's running from the hard drive, not being streamed in, not relying on servers, not relying on my internet speed or bandwidth, etc. It was all then. So maybe that's why we haven't got the rolling cache thing either yet, because everything's been streamed in. And like you say, it'll be interesting to see if that changes on the 8th. And if it doesn't make the whole thing cave in on itself when everybody's trying to access the updates. And it depends who will want to access the updates, I suppose, because there will be some people, I would imagine, that will need to install stuff because they haven't got very good internet speeds. And there'll be some people like I mean, if I was to say right now, has it been running generally alright for me? 99% of the time, yeah, it's run alright for me. I've had a couple of crashes, one to the dashboard the other day when I started my career, and then I had one last night when I was trying to access a mission in the career. Probably, because I don't think, am I right in saying this hasn't got crossplay? So again, let me just go to the marketplace and show you that. So if I go to the marketplace, all content. So if I go to all aircraft, for example. Oh, what's that there? Free trial. Oh, there's stuff in the store now, I think. These, I'm sure that wasn't in the store the other day. Free trial, I don't think that was. But everything else, apart from these, I don't know why it's showing that there. Oh, premium to aviator. Because I haven't got the aviator edition. So there's 3 different upgrades there to the aviator edition. And it looks like they use 400 credits. I don't know what they are. Oh, it's currency, isn't it? Wait there, you can get a blue screen. So if that's 400, what's called Simverse coins, right? There's Simverse coins available on the PlayStation Network. I've just looked at them, and for 400 Simverse coins, it's 85 quid. For 400 Simverse coins. If I wanted to upgrade to the Aviator Edition, which I didn't when I looked at them at the time. That's why I opted for the Premium Deluxe, because I couldn't justify another. There were small incremental jumps from the Standard to the Deluxe to the Premium Deluxe, and then to the Aviator Edition there was a massive jump, and I thought I can't justify that just for, I think it was something like another 10 airports or 15 aircraft or something. Hence why them 400 coins are £85, because there's a £70 difference in the price. Because this cost me $129, not in real money, because I got the top-ups off Loaded, or CD Keys as it used to be. But it's 200 quid for the Aviator Edition, and it was literally a few more airports and planes, and I couldn't justify it. And then even that there, 52 Simverse coins for that. Give me a sec again, you can get a blue screen, because I'm gonna look what the smallest denomination is. I'm assuming you can still hear my voice, even though you can get a blue screen. But 40 Simverse coins is 9 quid. 80 is £17.49. 8 coins is £1.99, 20 is £4.49, and then 600 Simverse coins is £129.99. So even if I wanted to buy that there, by that reckoning, it's going to cost me about 17 quid for that, because that's on offer for 52 Simverse coins. And I'm kind of hoping that when the Orbix stuff goes on, when you bought the Orbix stuff, could you buy it with real money rather than needing to buy the Simverse coin bundles? So as you can see anyway from the store here, outside of that one airplane at the top, and then the upgrades to the different versions of the game, all the aircraft in here I already own. So there's no additional content in here yet. So again, this needs to get populated on the 8th, I assume. Somebody put a post on AV Forum saying that this early access stuff is a bit irritating, because you feel like you're paying for the early access but you're not getting the full game. So what's the point of the early access of the game if you're not getting the game? And granted, I put a post in and I responded saying I didn't solely buy the edition I bought for the early access. The early access was a bonus. I bought the edition I bought because of the content that it included, that I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get at a later date, or it'd cost more at a later date. So I opted for the edition I had based on the content it included, and I looked at the early access stuff as being an extra little bit of a bonus perk. But that said, I had quite low expectations going in on the 3rd of the game even working properly, bearing in mind how it launched a year ago on the Xbox. So I was very sceptical, and it ran alright, but it's still quite irritating how we haven't got the full content. So helicopters, I've got more than one helicopter, even though there's one in the store there owned. I've got that though. And then you've got the gliders. So as you can see, yeah, there's nothing in the marketplace as of yet, outside of what's included with the content for the edition that I bought. So let's go to profile. So it reckons I've done 59 flights, I've flown 1,322 nautical miles, done 8 hours, 7 hours 47 minutes flight time, number of failed landings 2, I think I've had more than that, not quite sure it's tracking these numbers correctly yet. Real money, so you can use real money, okay, that's good to know, because I want to get them all boots packs. Logbook literally gives you everything, because when AC went in his logbook the other night, you know, all those failed landings he had on that tutorial mission that he was doing, every single one of them was listed in his. And then you got your customized identity. Well, you've seen all this anyway, so you can pick the appearance of your guy or woman, what clothes they're wearing, then also pick the your co-pilot. So I've gone for the Maverick Luke with the green bomber jacket there. I have, and the aviators. And then if I let's just go to free flight a second. And then triangle to access the panels rather than a cursor. Go up to the plane. And then these are all the aircraft that I got in the edition that I got. And AC should have exactly the same, because he went for the Premium Deluxe as well, I think. And they're all listed alphabetically. So I've got a blimp there, got helicopters of varying sizes, biplanes, airliners, jets, light aircraft, gliders, got a good mix of everything. Hot air balloon, two hot air balloons. Then these weird little things here, gyrocopters, whatever they are. So quite a lot of content. To be fair, quite a lot of planes to be getting to grips with there. Well, I didn't think the live weather stuff was working the other day. As I think I put it in Discord, because I was doing a flight. Let me just get me bearings here. God, I've lost my bearings. I have completely lost my bearings. Ah, it's America, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So the UK is going to be there under a cloud. I think we need to be able to move this cloud when we're looking at this world map, because this is a nightmare to see sometimes. This. I wonder if you can do it with the layers. On satellite view at the moment, we've got blend. You can barely see through all the cloud. Look at that. That's a nightmare. I know the UK is under there somewhere. Map view. Oh, I'm on map view now. Am I not? Yeah, I'm on map view. Still got loads of cloud cover though. Too much cloud cover. Advanced? Let's have a look at advanced. Ah! Right. So, shall I keep them off? Or shall I just have the wind? Maybe even the, I mean, even that's a bit obscuring your view, innit? I'm going to have them off. There you go, advanced. Right, so yeah, the other day I was trying to do a flight from Dublin, cross into Liverpool, and I started in Dublin, and it was clear skies, well, the cloudy skies, but with no rain, sunrise in the morning and everything. And I was like, the live weather, it can't be working. Surely it's not as dry as a bone over an island, and it's actually pissing down all on the west coast of England. I started my flight, and as soon as I got near Liverpool, couldn't see a thing. Couldn't see a bloody thing. Right, I'm gonna do. Departure. Edinburgh. I'm going to do a quick flight down to Newcastle upon Tyne. YI man. Let's pick something a little bit different. Let's pick something a bit bigger. Oh, did that turn that off then when I turned off the map coverage? Must have done. So how long is this flight? I reckon it's going to take me 24 minutes. Okay. Right, I've never flown this.
QNH 986 departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 06. Cleared for takeoff runway 06. Tubbs Echo Charlie Mike Niner.
So I haven't done a cold start yet, I haven't. I'll do things baby steps wise. That video as well, you know that video I think you put in of Hudson changing all his controls. Pretty much, well, he quite literally deleted all the controls, didn't he? And then started from scratch. But I think I got quite a way into that video, and he was setting most of the controls to what they are. I know them to be anyway. So I didn't bother. I've just kept them as what they are for the time being, because they're pretty much, for most part, they're from what I remember from MS 2020 of what I've used so far, anyway. Well, I was trying to fly the Caravan the other day when I was doing that Dublin to Liverpool flight, and I did get to Liverpool. I was struggling to land the bloody thing. Yeah, I've done that in the career, because it makes you do that in the career, doesn't it? Whenever you pick a mission, you start outside the plane and have to remove all the engine covers and the chocks. I mean, you're going to lose some of the quality here across Twitch because of the HDR, because that there just looks way overblown on my screen, on my laptop screen, and yet I can see all the cloud formations and everything on my right hand side there now. So Twitch doesn't do this game justice at all. Why is it doing that? Stop. So it's tricky messing with that when you're already in a flight, isn't it? Autopilot, no. I'm going to use autopilot when I do an airline flight. When I get in an airline. I might do a short hop from like Birmingham to France. I never even on MS 2020 either, I never messed with ILS stuff. Always tried to do my landings manually in airliners and everything. How are you, Axel? Are you good? Yes. Can't see a thing. I'm getting on alright with it in general. Much better than what AC was the other day, but then he is completely green on it and he's completely new because he's been waiting for it for ages. So I got some of the basics down because when this launched on the Tuesday, I was straight in on a free flight. Kind of, no pun intended, but winging it to see how much I could remember and how much I'd come across from FS20. And I understand AC's frustration with those tutorials because I was doing one last night and I was following the lady's instructions to the letter and he kept failing me and knocking me back a step or two. And I'm like, I don't get what I'm doing wrong, I'm following what you're saying. And so I can fully understand AC's frustration the other night. What's that master caution button for? Look at that cleared up. Look at this. Jesus Christ. On what screen? First screen? I can't get in any closer. You know, like that there, I can't get in any closer than I am. Unless you can make that out. That might be because I'm too high. I don't know how to do autopilot. Autopilot used to be the Y button on Xbox. I thought I'd done it up here just. I might have to check in the controls to see if I've got it mapped. I think that beep, I think I've just turned the autopilot off by I mean, it was on then, but it wasn't taking me down to the 3,000 altitude that I've set. I'm doing that on purpose, by the way, being a little bit heavy-handed with it. Why is he doing that? Stop, 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 stop. Man, that come on now. Alright, that won't come on. I'll try to put it down manually. He says. Famous last words. The lights on my dual sense were flashing orange when I was quite high up and I'd got that de-icer warning. But they've stopped. Uses the lights on the dual sense in nice little ways like Train Sim does. So all adds up to the immersion, doesn't it? Edinburgh to Newcastle upon Tyne, Axel. Quick short flight, and then I'll have a look at some career stuff. Promise the girls I'll watch a film with them this afternoon. No, you're fine, Sharky, you're fine. You're fine, but it's a confidence thing with me with regards to I don't feel comfortable messing around with the inside the cockpit when I'm in this position here where I can't see what's going on outside the what's it other than what's on that screen. Like now, Luke, do you know what I mean? Why is she suddenly dropping at a rapid rate like that? Let's trim it up. Let's get the nose up. It's when it all goes pear-shaped when I start tinkering on the cockpit and I can't see what's going on outside. I'll tackle it manually for now and see how I go on. When I first fired this up on Tuesday, the trim was driving me mad because I was trying to do a short free flight using what I knew from memory of when I played the previous version of the game, and I kept altering the trim so that I could level out and fly level straight to my destination, and it kept nudging me back, and that was when I found out that all those assists were on. All those annoying assistances, and it was pretty much overriding every little micro change that I was doing. I thought AC was streaming this today, which is why I didn't go live earlier. To be fair, because I was going to settle in for a morning with AC and then just do some stuff on my own. That Yakuza that I posted in Discord, by the way, is turned up a couple of days early, because that's not out till Monday. But with Monday being a release date, I kind of figured that was going to show up early, because there's no way Game Collection would have shipped that. Well, the only day they could have shipped it, I think, was a Friday. They wouldn't have shipped it today. So I think they had to ship it for Friday to guarantee a Monday delivery. I mean, for people with limited hard drive spaces, I think when on the 8th, when you have the option of downloading content to the game, I think you're still going to have the option of streaming stuff in if you want to. I think that's going to be a personal preference thing though, based on how well it runs when the servers start getting hammered. Just before AC went off the other night as well, I told him about the customization thing on the plane, so that you can give your plane its own number and call sign, so ATC refers to you. So I think mine refers to me as Tubbs 29er sometimes. See, I've got a nice kind of steady level flight here now, and that's what I use the trim for. And that's what I think AC needed to suss out the other day. Is that get it take off, fly in a straight line, and mess with the trim to see how it affects the plane. And I use it mainly to stabilise it at an altitude. But then I think you can also use it when you're landing, can't you, to get the nose up when you start taking the power off. Nearly here, aren't I already? I think. That's a question for Sharky, because I haven't got that in depth on the sim yet to start messing with mixtures. I'm nowhere near the same kind of depth level as what Sharky is with the sim. Yeah, exactly. And there's so much to learn. So I think I need a flyby over this airport just to see angle of approach and stuff. Thinking I should have approached it from the other angle though, because I'm going to be going in against the sun here. I thought my autopilot was supposed to be taking care of that chatter. Actually, she doesn't do it in free flight. Let's get back round. Oh god, there's a pylon there, shit.
100.
Coming in too hot, you know.
100.
Speed wise, I need to figure out getting airspeed down, I do. Gone further away than I thought. Yes. Oh, I'm way off. I'm not even level with the bloody runway. Tell you what, I'm going to approach from the other angle.
Stall.
Shut it. Don't learn anything from me here, this is awful. Zodius. Afternoon, buddy. Look at that, plane taking off. Good job it didn't land. I've got a rainbow over there as well. It's been playable for a number of months on the Xbox, I think, Zodius, since they released, was it SimWorld Update 3, Sharky? This is the PS5 version. This Zodius. What the hell? Don't judge me.
400.
We'll see. Good afternoon, bud.
200. 100. Stall. Stall.
Also,
stall.
I pulled that out of nowhere. That landing then, Jesus. That's two out of two so far. Shit. I was doing ever so well and then I've got a bloody taxi. We're just getting this stationary. Not yet, he hasn't lofts. He's waiting to see how it holds up on the 8th for the official release. Because as it stands now, rather strangely, for this early access version, we haven't got full access to the store. So there's nothing in the store as of yet. The store isn't populated, and we can't download any of the world updates or any of the game content natively to the console. Everything apart from some base stuff, which I think is just the menus, is being streamed in. So I think he's waiting to see how it holds up on the official release day on the 8th. Three versions of the game that were available. There's 4 versions of the game, and 3 versions of the game came with early access from the 3rd. Only the standard version is the one that didn't, and that's the one that is available for everybody on the 8th. So anybody that bought the deluxe, the premium deluxe, or the aviator edition gets the early access. But with that seems to come. I mean, I didn't buy the version I bought for the early access. I bought it because of the content it includes. But as I said earlier on in the stream, the early access is a nice little bonus perk. But it's not if you're not getting the game as it would be upon release. And the same thing happened with Train Sim when we got the early access of that. For the first week of the early access on Train Sim, PS5 players got a sound bug that wasn't picked up by any of the content creators or ambassadors that got free access to it for God knows how long. But then suddenly we've got, oh, we're really sorry, but you've got the sound bug, and they didn't remove it until the day of release for everybody, for the masses, which was annoying. Oh, right, yeah, okay. So I can bring up the EFD thing here. And if I enable the cursor, I think there's a checklist. Checklists. Post-flight checklists. Shutdown. And then you've got all these things over here. And if you click on them, sometimes, well, on AC stream the other day, it was showing you where the buttons were when you were clicking on them. Oh no, they have to click on that. Parking brake. Well, where's the parking brake? It's directing me here. Off, off. To be fair, I think everything's off. That should be off. It's directing me there for the ignition. Oh, you think this is in the way? Ah, yeah. But they are off. They are off. Parking brakes on. Everything's off that should be off, so I'll end the flight as is. I just hope they count when you do it this way. Because I'm sure on MS20, if you ended them like this, I'm not sure they counted. I thought they only counted if you physically used to flip that last switch to turn the battery and everything off, or the master switch off, and then it would come up as you'd get this menu. Right, so let's go back. Let's go across to the options. So, yeah, so if you go to online here, I think you saw this on AC Stream anyway. So, photogrammetry is on. Multiplayer aircraft in close proximity, I've got that off. Live weather on. Multiplayer off. Show player nameplates, I can turn that off for the time being, I think. I've forgotten the multiplayer. Traffic type, real time online. Air traffic and crew, yes. Multiplayer simplified. Voice chat. So then when you get down to the bandwidth, like, and I'm on unlimited data warning. And like we say, you've got no rolling cache. Strange. Nothing under advanced options other than the third person camera, which I believe someone said on another stream that was a beta thing, the third person. I think that was if you're using in free flights. And then graphics is everything's set to medium by default, and I'm happy with that because what I'm seeing is pleasing to the eye, to be fair. I could tinker with that once everything from the 8th is installed natively to the hard drive if I choose to. £38 gig, where's that? Did AT have the same? There. Current data consumption. Yeah, because I can't alter that. Won't let me alter that, or increase or decrease. Right, let's have a look at my career. Now this crashed on me last night. Or didn't crash, but froze when I was trying to load a mission in. So we'll go to, I had another mission available to drop off an aircraft. Which I think was, yeah, there you go, down here. Returning a 172 Sky up to home base. And this froze when it was loading in. Not here, well, I think when I went on upset mission. Yeah, because like someone said in your Discord, which is why I was skeptical about it, and the whole thing with the easy access being a bonus perk if it worked. And it was a big if, because someone said in your Discord, but that, you know, people couldn't even access menus, could they? Originally. When it came out on Xbox last year, they were stuck in menus or loading screens. So Mr. Klimek, who sent his precious plane away for maintenance, is now eagerly waiting to get it flown back. carefully. This client is very picky about his bird. Make sure your landing is spot on. He must be on site when you arrive. So I think this is where it froze on me, but I think... So objective, flying aircraft to destination. Mission criteria, 68,000 XP. And I get 1,350 credits, I assume. The exams, by the way, you've got to start building... When I did my second exam, it said that the second exam is the exam that now lets me start earning money. And that's good because those first two exams cost money to actually take. And I only started with 5,000 credits. So I've only got 500 credits in the top right left over. So I've got to start earning credits now before I can start entertaining taking on more exams to get more licenses. Now this is a bit contentious, but this is where everybody said that because this game included a career, when the FS20 didn't, this is where they gamified the game, if that makes sense, or the sim. But you know, we have to be careful referring to it as a game, don't we? So I've got no co-pilot for this, so I've got to deliver this to the guy, and I've got to get it in one piece. Yes, it did. It did. Because I know... Is there a bit of rain on the window there? I can hear the tap-tap of rain. It is as well. Yeah, because we used to kind of, when we used to play, we used to kind of come up with mock scenarios, didn't we? That we were dropping off cargo to such a place, just to give us a meaning or a purpose. Whereas now you've kind of got it.
Hello, it's Julia Reichert. Thanks for accepting the job. I'm your contact here. Today's lucky bird heading to Nimijindran is this charming little 172 Skyhawk. The owner's aircraft was in for maintenance, and now that it's fixed, he wants it flown back. He is already waiting for it. His name is Mr. Michael Klimek. Now give this beautiful bird the VIP treatment it deserves. Take care.
Echo Delta Romeo Mike traffic. Tubbs Echo Charlie Mike 9er is taxiing to runway 18. Echo Delta Romeo Mike.
Oh, the announcement. Just lost points there for not doing an announcement. Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, yeah. And I've not released the parking brakes. How's that work? I did a taxi down the bloody runway and I didn't release the parking brakes. Unless it was just a delayed reaction to register I'd done it. Gotta get this guy's plane down in one piece, remember? It's his precious bird. Something AC needs to get accustomed to as well with the trim is that even the smallest of micro adjustments is making a difference, but it doesn't always feel like it's registering, but it is. Like I'm doing minor flicks, flicking up at the right stick now to try and stabilise my altitude and bring the nose down. I mean, the VR thing when it comes to this as well will be a nice thing to have, you know, but I don't think it's something I'm going to be desiring to play a lot at all. Because I don't tend to play the game from inside the cockpit a lot, to be honest, anyway. That's the only, for me, that'd be the only time that I'd need to be beneficial for the immersion, but then I get enough immersion with just this. To be really truthful, what I feel like I do. I like flying the plane from outside of it to see all the scenery and everything around me anyway. I've kind of lost my bearings here about where I'm supposed to be, because it's not marked up. My useful little pink line has gone. not gone past it, have I? It's behind me somewhere down on the ground there. Ah, here we go. Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, there's like a weird flight path that I've got to take. Where's the runway? We're no pun intended, but we're literally winging this. I'm going to follow this pattern on the map in the top left. Just taking the scenery, maybe get some extra XP. I'm going to go towards that and get that notched off to see if it then brings up a new marker. It's like when I first flew over that, I was too high. Yeah, it's very apt for the game, isn't it? Suits it. I don't even know where the runway is, you know. I've not even seen that yet. Where? Oh, right underneath me. Is that it underneath me there? Because I'm looking for a big, great piece of tarmac. Right, we'll go back around then. That there. Oh, what the hell? Jesus Christ, I've lost all my bearings. Oh shit!
Echo Delta Romeo Delta traffic. Tubbs Echo Charlie Mike Niner is on final. Runway 27. To land. Echo Delta Romeo Delta.
Cheers. It wasn't the best of outcomes, to be fair, with that phase landing. And the whole thing felt a bit messy towards the end, where it stopped directing me to the runway. And it wasn't until I was like, where is the runway, by the way, that you pointed out that I'd flown over it.
Made it, Captain. I know this kind of flights can be rough, but I'm sure you did your best. Welcome to Numichandron.
That's awful. That's awful. Okay, a fair bit of XP, but what was up for grabs about 68,000 XP. Yeah, it just respawns you back in. It's like a checkpoint where you're on the final approach or the last turn that you did. But then swings and roundabouts in it, because 2020 didn't have a career mode like this. It's base income 991,000. Took off. Look at the employer commission. Jesus. Reputation bonus plus 20. No skip bonus. Bad weather bonus. Plus 2% bonus for each mission. I've never played it on Xbox, Oggy, so I can't comment. I didn't touch 24 on Xbox after the botched launch I had last year. I didn't even make space on the hard drive for it, because I hadn't got the space on the hard drive, and with the way it launched, I didn't feel like it was worth the effort. And then as time ticked on, and because I'd not played 2020 for so long, I just didn't feel like I was that invested until the rumours started that it was coming to PS5. It runs alright for me. For me, bearing in mind it's early access release and I'm streaming everything in the minute, and nothing is other than the base content, which I think is just the menus. There's no content installed in, so it's streaming everything in. But generally, it's running really well.
I see you've made good progress so far. I think you will need a space of your own. You can take this desk. It's been empty for a while.
But all this that we're getting here now, where you're getting your missions and you're earning money, is everything that we kind of imagined in the first game, and we had to kind of imagine, didn't we, that we were running jobs, and now we are. So what are those? Ferry flights. First flights, ferry flights. So ferry flights, do you earn money with? First flights, yeah you do. Oh yeah, you get small handfuls of cash, don't you? You don't get great lumps of money, do you? Little tinky little jobs. No, exactly, nothing wrong with it at all. Right, let's get back. I mean, I know I've got 2 base of operations that I can work from now by the looks of it. But let's get back into home territory a minute. Returning what's a DA40? How big's that thing? $3,400 credits, 45 minutes. It's a diamond aircraft. They're alright, diamonds are, aren't they? Quite nifty little machines. Twin propeller, if I remember correctly. Go on then, we'll have that. Make this the last one, and then I'm going to watch a film, I think. More of XP up for grabs here as well again. bigger chunk of money than what I was getting in that German region. Engine covers off. Don't always get the prompts there to remove them, but it lets me anyway. Get rid of that. This is a delivery mission again, isn't it? I know it is a single prop, I thought they were a double prop.
Hi, it's Emma, the hangar supervisor. Thanks for taking care of this ferry flight. Glad it's you today, because getting this DA of 40NG over to Welshpool is a big deal for us. The owner's aircraft was in for maintenance, and now that it's fixed, she wants it flown back. She is already waiting for it. Her name's Madam Sophie Hart.
No, she's a madam, is she?
Fly safely.
Ground. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422, ready to taxi. Departure to the south.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422, taxi to and hold short of runway 20 via taxiway cross runway 32. Contact tower on 120.25 when ready.
Oh, so the weather's baked in at the minute, is it?
Taxi to and hold short runway 20, using taxiway cross runway 32. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422.
So I haven't got live weather in these scenarios, it's kind of like a baked in situation. What the? I'm following the instructions as going, you bastard. I thought it looked a bit tight, you know. Can't believe it's done me dirty like that, having me follow the arrows. I was trying to squeeze it through. I'm going to go round this way. Hope he doesn't tell me off for not sticking to the exact path. Because the wings might clip through them there on my right hand side, but I didn't want to risk it. So I tried to squeeze through. Naughty that is though.
Tower. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422, ready at runway 20, south departure.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422, QNH 10, one tree departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 20. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422, did you copy?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Cleared for takeoff runway 20. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422.
Come on, game. I'm stuck on the ground. Done me dirty again here. I'm at full speed. Come on. Won't go up. It's not going to plan this. I don't know why he wouldn't take off then. Unless I've got the brakes on. That's the answer I'm thinking. Got the brakes on fully, and it will not turn around, stop and turn around. Anyway, restarting it. Give me strength. Right, because I chose to restart, let's hope this classes as a full restart. And it doesn't count that crash that I did going through there.
Glad it's you today, because getting this DA of 40 NG over to Welshpool is a big deal for us. The owner's aircraft was in for maintenance, and now that it's fixed, she wants it flown back. She is already waiting for it. Her name's Madam Sophie Hart. Fly safely.
Ground. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422. Request taxi for takeoff. Departure to the south.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422. Taxi to and hold short of runway 20 via taxiway cross runway 32. Contact tower on 120.25 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 20 via taxiway. Cross runway 32. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422.
No, we're not getting through that way. Oh yeah.
Tower. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422. Ready at runway 20. Departure to the south.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422, QNH 101 tree, south departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 20.
Cleared for takeoff runway 20. Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422.
Metroid's getting a bit of stick, you know, because of I think there's 2 amiibos available for it. And when you, with one of the amiibos, when you use it on the console, it gives you music in the game when you are cruising around the desert in the bike. If you haven't got the amiibo, then you're just driving around with no music, and everybody's saying it's dead bland. So everybody's kicking off saying that the naughty for paywalling the music when you're cruising on the desert behind the need to buy a £30 amiibo. I mean, it is a bit naughty, but it's not a game breaker. But I did think amiibos were for things like cosmetics, rather than in-game music and stuff like that. But it is what it is. No, can't put the landing gear up on this, no. And we're off, finally.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422.
It is stunning, you know, Metroid, and it's got a what do we refer to them as? It's got a Bethesda moment. It's had an update that has, you know, last couple of days as well. I've not looked into what the update brings, but I've seen that it's had quite a positive update, game update. God, when this music kicks in.
Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Tower, Tubbs Victor Alpha Golf 422. Frequency change.
Get that for a few. We've got that thingy next year, you know, that I keep forgetting about as well. That From Software game, that's coming, and it's exclusive to the Switch. The Dusk Bloods or something it's called. I'm a bit wary of it because it's been sold as a multiplayer roguelike thing, I think. But I'm still interested to see what it's all about. It's quite a long flight this was, I think, wasn't it? Wasn't this about 40 odd minutes? Oh yeah, the space one. I'm still not convinced as well that they are not working on Last of Us Part 3. Even though I'm sure they've thrown out loads of things to put us off the scent. To say things like, you know, it's, for the time being it's done and dusted, the story is complete. I think they have a story to tell in that game, and I think there's more. I would not be surprised if we get an Abby game. And I think maybe there's a God of War game due as well, whether it be a full game or DLC with Atreus as the main character, maybe off on his own adventures. There's a statue cropped up in the desert in America. That's something to do with the Game Awards that are taking place next week, and something to do with a game tease that's going to be revealed at said Game Awards. And people are speculating it's God of War Egypt, but then other people have said it's Elder Scrolls, and other people have said that it's Diablo. So no one knows for sure. So even though this is being streamed in, for most parts, I mean now I'm up in the air and I'm looking across this landscape, this doesn't look any worse than what I used to get when I played FS20. And I looked at things like the ground detail now that's underneath me. So I'm very impressed with something that appears to be being streamed in. That racing game that I bought as well, the one that's made published by Giants, and it uses the Farm Sim graphic engine. About a week prior to that releasing, all the usual Giants partners, or anybody that's in the Giant Partner Program, were all over that game for the first week, because they were all obviously being sent in. And now the game's officially out, and the shit's hit the fan with it. They're nowhere to be seen on it. They haven't touched it. They've all gone back to Farm Sim. Nobody's out there pushing it in, still playing it in, giving it coverage. It's just like done and dusted. So I'm glad Rogan kind of, I mean, he could have seen with his own two eyes if he's got any common sense about it, about how bad it had launched anyway. But I'm glad he took my advice and said he was going to wait and hold off rather than just giving me the old, I'm buying Project Motor Racing, like some folk would have done. So many nautical miles, that's about 30 odd miles left still. I have to keep doing micro adjustments here to knock it to the right because it's pulling to the left. Yeah, because I'm barely scratching the surface of the stuff you can do in this game at the moment. I'm playing it quite, don't tell anybody this, but I'm playing it quite arcadey, I think. We're not dabbling with the multitude of systems that are at our fingertips. Well, that's the beauty of the game. You can start at the bottom, work your way up, and the more you want to take out the game, the more you can take out the game. That's the whole beauty of it. I do like the photo mode, it's easy to get to on this than it was on the FS20. Yeah, tinker around with that crossbar, didn't you? The action bar on FS20. Pause the action, bring up the camera, remove the HUD, take the picture, and then reset everything. This is a long one, this is 30 odd miles left getting to there. Super relaxing though. Except when it isn't. That zero just says stress all the time. That Terminator 2D game's out next week, on the 12th. Yeah, it is a bit crazy, Axel. Because I think somebody, I can't remember who it was, I can't remember if I was watching somebody stream the other day, it was when he was playing certain scenarios or flying over. I think he was expecting it to have then installed into the game as he was playing it, so he kept double checking the install size and it hadn't altered. I can't remember who it was. And like I said as well, Axel, what you were seeing on screen on Twitch here isn't a true reflection of what I'm seeing because of the HDR, because you get a little bit of loss in the crispness or the definition. You know, right, you're maintaining this altitude, you don't want to get too high. How many Orbix packs is there? I'm sure I only had 2 on the MS-20. Yeah, she does, yeah. And when I'm not streaming and I'm not using a headset, if I go inside the cockpit, I get the co-pilot sound coming out of my soundbar and my controller because I'm inside the cockpit with it, so it's coming through my headset, which is effectively the controller speaker is replicating, and I can hear it natively coming through the speaker as well. Okay, so about four then, is it? 4? Yeah. They're about 12 quid each. What was the one I had on Xbox before I stopped playing? Before I hadn't played it for a while. I think it was the big Douglas? Who do you generally buy from then? Content-wise, creator-wise, or dev-wise? You just stick with as many official as you can. Pilot heat. Was that just inside the cockpit then? What was it? Cold, yeah, okay. It's getting to grips with thingy in it, where all the buttons are inside the different planes. What's the runway? Is that the runway there? I bet it is, you know. come on. You're going to fail me because I can't. Will you stop? Jeez, I've come in too hot, that's why, I know. I mean, I'm down. Again, not very smooth. Bastard. Alright, give me a couple of minutes. No, got access to a new specialisation though. I might have to come off mute again. Go back on mute a minute, you know, because when she comes in and what's in here, moves in here, she's done her hair and stuff. So you ready for the old Works Christmas party? So it says specialisation. Oh, sightseeing. So I've got first flights, ferry flights, and sightseeing. So they've got different icons on the missions. So it'll have a camera icon. Yeah, there you go. New specialisations available. Sightseeing. So it'll populate the map now, Ubisoft style, I would imagine, with sightseeing icons. There you go. And one main mission. Now let's have a look at this. Where's it gone? There. Angelo Monetary and her mum were inspired by a travel magazine featured to book an aerial discovery tour of Venice. Give your passengers the full VIP treatment to make this flight a memorable experience. Right, let's have a sneaky peek at this, and then I'm going to be done then, I'm going to watch a film. Let's have a sneak peek at this one. I think these can be quite tricky, these, if it wants me to fly around a certain area. Because the first mission I did in Korea, once you picked your home airport, was to fly a mum and a son around their old village. And you had to say at a certain height and say in a certain radius. But we'll give it a go. And done the chocks. And that.
Everything's fine, Greta. You can initiate boarding.
Roger that.
So, Captain, time to tour all the best spots, don't you think? For today's scenic flight, you're guiding Eleanor and her mom over our charming local town of Venice. Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Captain, make this moment one to remember.
Lima India Papa Victor traffic. Tubbs Charlie Sierra Foxtrot 7-Tree 14 is taxiing to runway 2-Tree. Lima India Papa Victor.
Hi. Thanks for taking us aboard. I'm Eleanor. Hey, I'm Federica, Eleanor's mom. Pleasure to meet you.
Lima India Papa Victor traffic. Tubbs Charlie Sierra Foxtrot 7-Tree 14. Taking off runway 2-Tree. Straight out departure. Lima India Papa Victor.
A bit nervous, but I'll be fine. Can't wait to see the view from up here.
I got one axle. When MS-20 came out, I bought one in preparation for the game launching. And I think I took it out the box just to have a look at it and then never even used it. Never fired it up, never connected it, never used it because I realised how intuitive it was on a controller. And I sent it straight back. I'm sure that was the Thrustmaster one as well. And it was on offer at the time, which is why I plumped for it. And I thought I'll get it so that it's here, ready for when the game comes out. And it was just so, what's it on a controller? I wasn't fussed. I think Sharky said the same, and it was kind of like watching other people streaming it and using it on a controller that convinced me that you don't really need it. They've done such a good job of getting it to work on a controller. No. Come on. I can't. Surprised he didn't mark me down for that then, but did alright. It was just showing off really. We've got a couple of girls in the back. Just show them how I can have it spin on my wing. Anyway.
Not sure if I'm actually ready, but no choice now, huh? It's quite alright actually. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the San Marcos Square.
Game, stop.
We're moving too fast. I can't take it all in. I imagine
Yeah, I need master
pain and dreams.
the airspeed.
Hey, what's that shaking? It's like we don't have any sense of scale from up here.
What edition of this did you buy when you bought this? Because you did buy this, didn't you? Even though it was on Game Pass, you bought it. Because you just never know, do you? Oh yeah, if you haven't got Game Pass now as well, if you've cancelled it, then just as well you bought it, because you wouldn't have access to it, would you? Because in theory, you're just renting games, aren't you, on Game Pass? Yeah, that's why what I looked at with the aviator edition, because I'm sure at one point AC was convinced he was going to be coughing up £200 on this to get the aviator edition. When I looked at the differences, I couldn't justify it. And I think he's now done the same and had the same as me, so he can use that money to save up for his PS5 Pro. Because I do think this is benefiting from being on the Pro.
I'm feeling better now. I'm almost enjoying the ride. I can tell you're pushing past your nerves. That's awesome. Well done.
Stop. Kids are teasing the cat here because they've come down ready to watch a film. It's me and the cat. where's this runway? Is that right in front of me there? We'll have to do a go round if it is. Let's do a quick go around.
I don't like the rocking and rolling.
Could end up in the sea.
That landing was rough.
No, I didn't land the right way, that's why I got marked down for that. I mean, I got down, but I came in the wrong way. What if you can replay these to try and better your grades? Cheeky sod. But it's a great D again. Yeah, D. Needs a better these. Like you say though, Sharky, the grind is real innit, on this. Level 7. Oh. God, it's like a Ubisoft game, innit? Icons everywhere. That's had a very nice update. You haven't got a Pro, have you, Axel? Because that's had a nice update, that has, and it looks glorious on the Pro, and it's had some free content as well. These would be nice for AC to try out as well, you know. Where are they? Where are they? The Discoveries. He just wants to like fly, learn flying and mastering the, you know, the flight path of the planes and the heights and whatnot. These would be a good thing for AC to try. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, Mirage looks incredible on a Pro. I haven't touched the content myself either, the extra content, the free content, but the game itself looks stunning. It looks the best it's ever done and runs the best it's ever done. Right, that's me done. I'm going to watch a film. I'm going to love you and leave you, watch a film. I may be back on again in the morning depending on what time I get up. But I'll be on earlier. I didn't go live earlier because I was waiting for AC. I thought AC was going to be doing a stint at the weekend, unless he overdid it and his eyes are playing up, because he said the other day that he didn't have a break the first day he played it. He forgot to have one of his usual breaks and his eyes were stinging at the end. So maybe he needed a bit of a break. But yeah, I'm done for now, so thanks for stopping by, everyone. There's no one on I can really raid, so I'm not going to raid out to anyone. I'm just going to leave as is. I'm going to watch a film, or two, maybe two. And I'll catch up with you all again in the morning. So take care everyone, and I'll see you soon.